The Bickmore Big 4 leather conditioner and cleaner is a cleaner and conditioner in one. It claims to not have any waxes and will not darken leather. Let's explore more about the company, the product, the ingredients, and then we're going to walk through an application step by step so you can see for yourself if it's something that may work for you. The manufacturer. The Bickmore Company started as a family company in 1882 in Old Town, Maine. They produced an ointment that helps reduce chafing on horses from their leather harnesses. Their product line grew, and by 1902, they were selling internationally. Into the 1900s, they developed even more products, some for personal use. Around 2008, they released the Big 4 leather cleaner and conditioner. In 2024, the company is based in Whitmore Lake, Michigan. The product. This is a cleaner and conditioner in one. If we're looking at the product description itself, it says conditions, cleans, polishes, and protects. So it almost looks like a 3-in-1. But when we read the back, it highlights more the conditioning aspects of it, specifically formulated to condition. Literally says that. And it says it is ideal for reconditioning old or dry leather. It also mentions on the directions, if item is very dirty, to clean with the Bic 1 leather cleaner, then apply Bic 4 conditioner. So it almost looks like it's primarily a conditioner, but maybe it's got some cleaning agents. It's not super clear, although if we're going to deduce based on what they're saying, then it's probably mostly a conditioner, and then it's got some other good stuff in it. So here we're going to check out the ingredients next. The key ingredients generally include water, Glidant plus liquid that helps preserve the formula, a neat's foot oil for conditioning, silicone for conditioning, a leather lotion blend for conditioning, and hydrogenated tallow for conditioning. So it's interesting as it includes a few things that can be conditioners on their own, such as neat's foot oil, and then some things that you may or may not want in your leather, such as silicone. Silicone is very prevalent in a lot of mink oil blends and things like that. So it's on the market in other products. Just something to keep in mind is if it is something you want in your leather potentially forever. So like all products, check into the ingredients in detail and then see if that's something that's going to fit your use case and what you want for your products. Now let's check out an application so you can see it in action. I'm going to grab our mat over here to protect our workspace. We've got a couple different pieces here. 2 samples. I'm going to show you what it looks like before and after applying. And so we're going to keep this one as our before so we can check it out. And then we've got this one that we're actually going to apply it on. And here's the product itself. So, all right. So that qualifies for shaking well. Always check for color fastness in a small spot, basically test. If it's very dirty, clean with Bic 1, it's already clean. And then apply Bic 4 liberally with a cloth. Let dry and buff. Repeat as necessary. Do not use on suede, rough out, etc. Cool. So for that, we could use a cotton rag like this. It's going to be relatively lint-free and soft, which is important so we're not scratching our leather while we're trying to condition it. Another option is going to be a cosmetic sponge. These work really well, and yeah, they can absorb the conditioners and then apply them very gently to your leather. For this, we're going to use our cotton rag. So we're going to open it up and then put it a little bit out here and check out what it looks like. All right, so that's what it looks like. Pretty white-ish. So we're gonna mash it down a little bit so that it isn't hugely concentrated, and then we'll just apply it. And then we'll get a little more on there. All right, kind of rotate and apply. If you've got a large piece, you could do it in little sections. Just make sure you get an even amount, as much as possible, on each so that when it dries, it's going to dry evenly. And I'll show you a little trick I do at the end. But here we're kind of getting it nicely on there. And the trick I do at the end is basically just put a little more on here. And then if we did separate areas, I just go over it in one big one. And that way it kind of blends, covers any areas that maybe didn't get any, or if there's a lot, we kind of even everything out. And that way when it dries, it's going to dry as even as possible and look pretty good. So there we have that. It's looking pretty nice. So let me close up our bottle here. All right, so we've got that right there. So here is our sample with the Bic 4 freshly applied. And here's our comparison for how it was before application. And generally anytime you condition, it's going to darken that leather, especially when it's fresh. So it's going to be really dark. So what really matters is what does it look like when it's dry. And here we go. I have a sample that's dried for over 24 hours. So we have our original, and we have our just applied, and we have our after it's dried. This one is going to be the key one to look at in terms of how it's dried. So if you look, there's not much of a color difference, which is really good for a conditioner. Maybe a shade or two darker, because it's got a little moisture. I don't know, but it's not significant. Some conditioners darken a lot. This is pretty good. And so here's the result of our Bic 4 leather conditioner. Overall, if you're okay with the ingredients and think that it's a fit for what you want, it's pretty convenient to apply. It's easy, looks good when it's done, and could be worth a look. So overall, a nice conditioner. And there you have it. Until next time.